Elle needs more censoring. There's a keep in need of a crimson makeover. And comes in a Discord to get your knob polished. This is Achievement Hunting 101. Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. Class is now in session for level 34. Alright, we got a packed show for you guys tonight, an awesome show. Before we get to all that, let me introduce you who will be joining. First up, we have Corey. How's it going?
Hello. How's it going?
Pretty good. Corey, best gaming story or achievement this week? Go.
I decided to pick up Realm Royale, which Mr. Peel talked about last week.
Isn't it free?
Yeah, I still picked it up. And
Right.
I am
Can you pick up something that's digital?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. Anyways, I picked it up and I'm almost complete with it. I just have one more achievement left at this point, but it's been fun. It's been a good time, good parties. Just a good fun time. Quick completion. Well, quick-ish completion if you're not L. There is one achievement in there, though, that Waka alluded to last week where you get at least 11 kills in one match. And I was able to get that by myself without any boosting. So that was a nice, proud moment of the week.
Ooh.
I think I got 13. No, it was 11. I think I've gotten a 13 since.
Ooh, look at Mr. Showboater over here.
It was real tight. I killed the number 2 player, and that was my 11th kill. So got a little sweaty.
Perfect. Just in time. But speaking of L, he's also joining us. What's up?
Hey, what episode are we on?
Level 34.
Do you know what Rule 34 is?
Oh, yes. Rule 34 is you can take and you can make anything into something, into like an innuendo or perverted or whatever. Anything can be porn.
Really?
Well, yes, you can. Except for Chuck Norris, apparently. But I will let you bing that one.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I was thinking... So my gaming story today was that for RTDL, it had me beat Rise. You guys played Rise?
Oh, yeah.
It's on the to-do list.
What?
Yes.
It is the son of Rome. And it was one of the original Xbox One launch titles.
Correct.
Quick trivia, which were the other 2 first-party launch games?
Dead Rising 3.
Correct. See, Corey's guys think about. He actually has his thinking tunic.
Zoo Tycoon? I got that one.
Got me.
Was Zoo Tycoon the other one?
I think
Crackdown 3.
Oh. We'll have to look into Zoo Tycoon. The one I was thinking of was Forza 5. Those are the 3 games where you can get day one editions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right.
There were a lot of other games that came out that were on other consoles as well. Well, on the 360 or other unmentionable consoles. So that was a long time ago, 2013. Seems like the one just came out. Crazy. So on my random to-do list, I had to complete the game on Centurion difficulty, which was the 3rd out of 4th hardest difficulties. So at that point, I just went to finish them all on legendary difficulty.
There was a 4th one, just so you know. 4th day 1.
Oh, yeah.
Real blockbuster hit. Connect Sports Rivals.
I never would have got that.
That one was delayed a little bit. I think it was supposed to come out.
Well, it has a day 1 edition.
It does, yes.
Oh, close enough then.
21. One to your head. So, long story short, I finally defeated that game on Legendary, and it was a good feeling.
Nice.
I think the game still looks amazing, and the story is amazing. But they tacked on some title updates that made the multiplayer just unbearable. You have to get to level 200 in multiplayer from the various add-ons.
How many hours does that take?
Probably 30, 40, 50,000 hours.
Gross.
There's some sort of glitch where you can build up your combo and then quit out of the game and then go back into the game and it holds onto your combo, but the loading times are not great, so it just sounds very arduous. But I'm proud of the fact that I finished the campaign after all these years. It's one of those things you keep meaning to get back to it.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
That's what I know. Thanks, guys.
And also joining us, Mr. Quiet and doesn't want to say anything over here, Nate. How's it going up in Canada?
Oh, it's not so bad. I've actually got a cold. I'm trying not to talk too much or else I'll start hacking into the mic. My win of the week, or whatever you want to call it, gaming story.
I think that's copyrighted.
Yeah, sorry. Just bleep that out. Bleep that out.
We don't bleep things on this show.
So yeah, for me, there were 2 free games that came out this week, or free to us. One Leaves and Dead or Alive 6. So I'm a sucker for when that happens. So I just basically did everything I could to get One Leaves done. And that is a pain in the butt game. It's okay. And then you get to the last achievement, which is to do basically a run from the beginning to the end of the game 20 times. And that just kind of sucks. You just get...
Why do you have to do it so many times?
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, it's actually an ad for a anti-smoking campaign.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So
then.
the tie-in is that you have to complete it one time for every cigarette in a pack. So there's 20 cigarettes in a pack. Yeah. So you have to do it 20 times because that sounds like a fun
I
achievement.
think I'd want to smoke a cigarette after 20 times.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but I finally got that done. Did like a couple sessions of like 8 runs through at a time and just got it done that way. And then Dead or Alive 6, I'm still chipping away at. I'm trying to get everything done except for the network stuff, the online, because that is going to require a little bit of coordination with someone else or, to be really good at the game. And that's not on my to-do list to be really good at the game. So I will be co-oping that and getting my 5 consecutive wins and then just getting 100 online games. So
now
good
is
times.
Dead or Alive 6 anything like 4 where you can get a quick, easy, like 700 points into it?
It's not very difficult. There's definitely stuff you can just start picking the achievements off. They're pretty quick, some of them. But then there are the longer ones, which are the 100, and then of course doing all the tutorials. That seems to take a long time, or you get a really tricky button combination that doesn't work for you, or you swear you're doing it right. But they've added some nice quality of life stuff to this game, so you can just push the right stick in to sort of see the chain performed, and you can get the timing that way. If you kind of screw up in the middle of a combo or screw up in the middle of like a chain, you can push the left stick and the right trigger in, and that will reset to the center of the stage with the correct distance between. So, it's got a lot of nice quality of life stuff. So, it is a good game. I'm glad I did not pay for it.
Yeah, it's even better.
Yep. So, I don't need to get the paid for content. You can get you can get the 1K from the free version that they have for you.
And
That's the way to
the
go.
free version just came out, or has it been out?
It just came out this week, I think. They did this with Dead or Alive 5. I think it had a different name than 5, but
March 1st, Dead or Alive 6 came out.
Yeah. And then I think like a year or two ago, the Dead or Alive 5 came out and did the same sort of thing. You get all the achievements off that free bit. You don't have to pay for any of the extra content for the extra characters. You only get like 2 or 3 characters with the free one, but that's all you need to get the achievements.
So it's like Killer Instinct, basically.
Well, Killer Instinct, you get, I think they rotate through the characters, and maybe they do that with Dead or Alive as well.
They did in the Dead or Alive 4, whatever the other free one was, the one I played. I think it was 4.
Yeah, but you can get everything, you don't have to wait for characters to come around in rotation. You can basically knock everything out that you need to do with just the base stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's fun. I recommend it.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fighting game fan, but I can say I did really like Dead or Alive 4. And no, not for that reason. It was actually a good fighter.
What reason? Rule 34?
Yeah, there you go.
Now, is that actually in the Dead or Alive games, or is that just the volleyball spin-off?
No, that's actually in that game.
Boob physics. That's what we're talking about here, right?
Mhm.
Yes, boob physics.
Gotcha.
I was waiting for like Brooke to just kind of open the door. What physics?
You know about physics? I'm shocked.
All right, but let's continue on into the news. Let's get this show on the road.
But wait, Kenny, first,
Yeah.
before we continue,
That's right. We
Wait a
have
minute.
some responsibilities.
Uh-oh.
we have our sponsor. You almost forgot them.
Yes, I'm sorry. We got here. Take it away, Corey.
This week it is the knob polishers. If you have knobs in your house and they
I
need
have a knob that needs
polishing, well, then the knob polishers are for you. Wooden knobs, easy. Brass knobs, we got those too. Metal knobs, we can clean them. We haven't met a knob yet that we can't polish. If you want to participate in our knob polishing services, you can sign up. It's only $49.99 a month, but with our offer code, you can save 20% off these services. Just go to discord.io/ah101/ get your knob polish services for cheap, and you can save 20% off the service.
What's going on here?
Are you serious, Clark? We're sponsored?
Yes, by knob polishers.
Very
Get your
exciting.
knob polished today.
Thanks and enjoy your achievements.
Bidding.
Well, I think that went really well.
Thank you. Oh,
Oh.
gosh.
All right. Well, thank you to our sponsor, and they're going to be sponsoring this next block of news. First news item that we have, the culling servers are going down, unfortunately. May 15th. We don't have much time on that one. This news just came out a few days ago, and I know a couple members of our community have already jumped on top of it, and we have
Hey now.
was also sponsored by Rule 34.
Ooh.
But we also have a channel open in our Discord if you'd like to jump in there to in order to boost with everyone, finish that up before the servers go out.
It's just shy of 2 months. Mr. Waka has already started it, and he's given us some inside knowledge. He's not having issues finding games, so there's that. I don't really understand the boost just yet, but I think if we could get at least 6 people, I think 20 is the lobby size, and I assume you search at the same time and just run to a certain spot and kill each other. My guess.
I'll be honest, I haven't played this one. I mean, I've heard of the game. I don't know anything about it, though. Elle and Nate, have you guys played this at all?
Played it? No, but I've heard that it was one of the first battle royales to make it to Xbox.
That's how I know about it.
I mean, I think it did so well that they're just taking down the servers. Just they can't handle it anymore.
It did so well
Seems
that they made a
legit.
sequel. And the sequel did so well that they pulled it with like the first week or two.
Oh,
And they brought back the original, and then
Yeah.
and then a few months later, now they're getting rid of the servers for the original.
Yeah. So it sounds like a can't miss.
yeah, you gotta jump on this. On the bright side, it is free. So if you
Free.
haven't started yet and you would like to, go download. You got 2 months to complete it.
I will say that there was a news article by the company, by the studio, and they did have a sentence in there that said something along the lines of, taken down from game stores to download pretty quickly. So if you want it or you're just waffling on it, you might be beneficial to go ahead and download it and get it, and so you have that access just in case.
Oh, that's good to know.
We have the link to the Microsoft Store pinned in that culling channel in Discord.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple long achievements, right? A couple grindy ones like
Let's take
play
a
for
look.
20 hours, run for
yeah.
so many kilometers, and
Yeah, that's right. There is one achievement based by TA ratio
Wow.
that is harder, quote unquote, than playing for or staying alive for 20 hours. It's not even playing; it's staying alive for 20 hours, and it's reach 50 man droids defeated in a certain mode. So I guess that's even harder. But
Advanced survival mode.
right, yeah, 83 people have unlocked that.
Well,
So take that for what it's worth. But
looks like a completion might not be in the cards, but you can get some stuff out of it.
Yeah.
you could definitely get the majority of achievements, I would think, especially if you're boosting that advanced survival mode. That stands to question, and then obviously the 20 hours is pretty much time dependent. So, but everything else, see, that's 100 points, 100 gamer score. So I bet you can get 900 fairly easily.
Yeah, it's got some nice ratios in here. I mean, typical 1,000 gamer score, but then it has a 4,500 TA. So 4.5 ratio. That's nice.
And what I was trying to say earlier is some people were lamenting that they bought the game. Some people even said they bought the game and they won't even be playing it now that they heard that's closing. So
They bought a free game.
I guess it used to cost money. Is what I'm saying.
I know the Culling 2 cost money, I believe. But yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Yes. It is completable. There are 52
Get her done.
completions on TA, so if you want it done, better hurry it up. All right. Next news article we got is we have a new TA event. Nate, why don't you take the lead on this one?
yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say this event is a mashup of the Leapfrog format and the Achievement Linking Challenge we've used previously as an Olympic event.
Why would you say that?
Ribbit.
Well, the goal is to link as many achievements together based on their starting and ending letters as possible. This is a great opportunity to work through your backlog and see just how long a chain you can create. So this is another TA community challenge. So if you're getting all the badges, you'll obviously want to participate and see what you can get done. You are going to want to pay attention to achievements that end in characters. So where the name of the achievement ends in a dot or exclamation or some other character that's not a letter, those achievements are not valid. What you're trying to do here is start off with one achievement, and so basically you have to opt into this. You then say, okay, once you've opted in, you say, okay, I'm ready, and you start getting achievements. The very first achievement you get that gets scanned in is a freebie. It can be anyone you want. The last letter of that achievement title has to be the first character of the very next achievement in your chain. If you get an achievement that doesn't start with that letter, it just doesn't count. You just kind of skip it, and your chain will only increase once you get that very next achievement that starts with the first character, where the first character is the same as the last character of the previous achievement. And you're trying to get to 10 achievements. So you're going to want to make sure, if you're doing this, that you're not backing yourself into a corner with a tricky letter like an X or Z or whatever. So you probably just want to kind of plan your achievements out as you go while you're doing this. You can turn that off. I don't know if you can turn it off at any point in time, but after you get your 10, obviously you want to turn it off. You want to get your badge. Or you can just keep letting it run for the month and just see where you end up. The top 3 chain lengths get prizes. I think they are various lengths of TA Pro membership.
Yep.
So that is the contest. Anybody else sign up for it?
I signed up for it. Haven't started it yet. Signed up for it this morning.
Yeah, same. I clicked start, but I haven't got an achievement. I clicked start after getting an achievement this morning, so
Naturally.
my next one will be the start.
What about you, Al?
I knew I was going to get a few different pops from finishing Rise, so I hit start, and then a few popped at once, and the one that it took was the one that I was going for, actually, Bad to the Bone. So, of course, that ends in an E, and E ones are a little bit tough, so I haven't quite planned out my next one yet, but I'm sure 10 should be doable. Get
now,
that badge.
what happens if you unlock an achievement, and the next one doesn't actually fit the link, does it break your streak and you got to start over?
It does not break your streak. It just doesn't count. And then the very next achievement that does meet the criteria becomes the next link.
Okay. So most of our community shouldn't have a problem with this when they're unlocking achievements like fools.
You just want to be careful.
If you mess up, can you go to end challenge it and try again? I'm guessing not.
I do not know about that. We'd have to do a little more research on that.
If I had to guess, I would say yes, because you can hit start new link for all.
Think so?
So I would imagine you can end it and start a new one.
Kudos to whoever came up with the logo. The G in frog is also looks like a link, like a chain link.
Somebody say link.
I also will say, as of right now, Down the Rabbit Hole has 88 achievements in his chain right so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, followed by 80 with Triple Triad 777. Anybody we know? Oh, yeah, look at that. Kushmoose, position 471 with 3.
Way to go.
There you go,
Watch
buddy.
out. Oh, Exenua, 55.
What?
Seventh position, yeah.
Nice.
And Quick Don't Die, 64, 4th position. Oh,
Quick-
he's just outside.
Quick Don't Die is going for the gold, I believe. I think he said something like 1,200,
And
1,400.
when's the cutoff? 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, he got 2 weeks, I think.
I think it's 2 weeks, yeah.
All right, so the next thing we want to get to is it's in the works as of right now. We haven't nailed down the details, but we are talking about starting a game club. Now, if you don't know what a game club is, you probably know what a book club is, and it's very similar. Same thing as like in a book club, group of people get together, read the book, you read up to X chapter, then you stop reading, come back, discuss what happened in the book, yada yada, so on and so forth. Well, we want to do one of those with a game club, and we're totally not ripping this off from Game Informer, so don't even think that. This is a totally original idea. But if there's a game that you would like to do, let us know. We want to try to make this a community event, so the more feedback we get, the better. For our first one, we're thinking something episodic, maybe like a Tales of the Borderlands or a Life is Strange, something with a lot of content that we can generate some good conversation. If you guys have anything you'd like to do, let us know. And send us a Twitter tweet or message us on Discord or something. More feedback, the better. If we get none, then it's whatever we decide that we want to do.
Twitter tweet's going to be a thing now, huh?
It's getting traction. Hashtag.
I like
Twitter
this
tweet.
idea a lot, especially with the episodic title, since there's a defined beginning and end where people can stop and wait for everyone else to catch up. I imagine the idea is you would have a week to get such and such far and then be able to discuss it. I was trying to think of a longer game, such as Final Fantasy VII coming out. But that might be tough with people playing at their own pace. But I think it would be cool. So hopefully people have some ideas.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be episodic. Like you say, Final Fantasy VII's coming out. I personally would be all aboard on that one. I know I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy VII. It's one of my favorite games. But we can do anything. I mean, it can be a Halo or it can be something new. There's 10 gajillion games out there. We just got to pick one.
Or
Boss 101.
Or Boss 101.
That story is too intense. Too many spoilers.
Crackdown 3. No 2.
Yeah, 2. It's now backwards compatible. All right, then. Well, for a final news story, and this one is probably the most, well, my opinion, it's the most interesting of the week. Xbox Live will now expand to Android and iOS devices. Yeah, at this, we've been talking these past few weeks about Xbox Live and being able to play our games on our mobile devices or on other devices. A few weeks ago we mentioned Game Pass on the Switch. We all thought that was a cool idea for those that have a Switch. Then last week, they announced Project X Cloud and being able to play whatever would be great. It appears that we will be getting Xbox Live to our mobile games. So instead of just playing Tournament or something like that, maybe Xbox Live to Clash of Clans, or I don't know what mobile games are out. I don't play mobile games. What do you guys think? You guys excited for this?
Angry Birds?
Yeah, Angry Birds. There's one. I really don't play mobile games. I don't know. You love that movie for some reason.
I do. Because there's a lot of fart jokes. I mean, a deeply compelling story.
So I think it's a double-edged sword. There's obviously good, like we get more achievements, but is it starting to devalue gamer score more than it already has with the Xbox One generation? I mean, we have ID at Xbox, and we can get some 30-minute completions, even
or less.
Hour to 2 completions are good. But what is it? What does it mean for gamer score? How do you look at it? I guess it all depends on the person, but
it sounds dangerous to me. I never got a Windows phone because I didn't want to be tied to it everywhere I went. I can see myself taking some extra bathroom breaks if I can get some achievements on the tournament. So it's always dangerous. And then you could drop your phone into, oh no.
If only game sharing would work.
Treading
even better.
Dangerous waters.
Literally.
Literally. Brown waters.
So
I definitely like any option that allows me to play games while I'm out.
Rule 34.
Yeah, so if I don't want to take my console with me, then I can just whip out my phone and play on that.
Moose Hub.
With that said, I would welcome some games like that. I never did Windows Phone, but
whoa.
I enjoy the games that iOS does have, like Wordament and Solitaire.
I don't think they would be devalued. I think we would be more likely to play a mobile game.
Yeah, I mean,
I definitely
devalued in the sense that 100,000 doesn't really mean much anymore, right?
Oh, some people still can't get past that number. So.
I know.
Do you think these iOS games, assuming they're using the stack, do you think they're going to come in at 1K, or do you think they're going to be at the 200?
Yes, I think they'd all be 1K now.
They'd all be 1K. That's just the thing.
Standard.
Yeah, I guess that's a point too, but I do think they would be 1,000 as well.
Doesn't necessarily mean they'll be all easy games.
No.
Oh no, mobile games are notorious for being extremely grindy.
And then that just brings up the importance of TA, and the significance of TA. So it's going to help determine what is a tough achievement and what is a worthy, braggable achievement. So
we'll really start to see some wallets show during GTask and UHH with these free-to-play, pay-to-win games.
I didn't even consider that. That is definitely a thing that'll happen. Who can dump $1,000 to get all the gems in this game?
And that's the thing too. A lot of, both as far as I know, the Apple Game Center and the Play Store, they have their own achievements. So I couldn't see like your existing games right now adopting this really.
It would probably be everything released afterwards, but if some of the older games would retroactively pick up Xbox Live and achievements, that would be great. Because now I'm picturing Pokemon Go with achievements.
That doesn't
wonderful.
Sound very good. No.
That sounds wonderful.
That's a horrible use case.
No, that sounds amazing.
Trespass enough.
I've got enough.
That, Kenny.
Minus like being level 40, I've got enough time in that. I'd probably get to 1K like that. That'd be great.
I would need like, start and end games like Carcassonne. I have that on my phone, and that would be a great one to add achievements to. But something like Clash of Clans, which I don't have anymore, that would be a horrible one to add it to, as we've seen with Age of Empires.
Clash of Clans would be interesting. I wouldn't mind that. I'm far in that game.
I bet you're not that far.
I bet I am. All right, so we got some sales this week. As always, Koosh, what tabs do you got open?
Right now I'm looking at Agatha Knife, which is a point and click. It's $8.39, normally $11.99, 6 to 8 hour snoozer according to L. I'm also looking at Oh My God Heads. It's $3.75, normally $14.99. It's a 4 to 5 hour completion. This is a kind of a co-op brawler type party game. Reminds me of things like Dad Beat Dads. And what is it, Monkey Pirates? Those sorts of games where they're not great. They're good for a little bit of co-op, local co-op. But they're also, you can squeeze a lot of gamer score out of them in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I never heard of that game. I looked at the trailer real quick. It looked like Marooners and other games of that vein. It's just a 4-player party game, so I imagine the list is pretty easy with 4 controllers.
Yeah,
I think Elroy completed it.
Yes,
Elroy
he did.
And X.
As I was going down and looking at see who had completed it, I saw Elroy.
Sexy X.
I said, did X do it? Maybe. But yeah, so I'm thinking about picking that one up. It should be
my word for it,
easy.
he did it.
I will believe you. And it starts with an O.
He took his window of opportunity and he ran with it.
It starts with the letter O,
Nice.
which is good for gamertag challenges. So that's a more rare game. What about you, Corey?
Nothing particularly sticks out this week as far as what I'm going to get. But there are a couple things that piqued my interest, one of which I already have, but I do want to mention it, and that is the Goat Simulator DLC bundle is like $5 this week, and that gets you quite a bit of DLC. So if you should have that game. That was a Games with Gold game, I believe. So if you want to
Yes,
get
it
that
was.
completion, you're not going to find a better price on the DLC. So I would definitely recommend that. I think I picked it up last time it was on sale, so I still need to do it. But good price. The only other one on there that piqued my curiosity was Far Cry New Dawn, which is a newer Ubisoft game, and probably their latest release outside of Trials, and it's down to $20. So that's a good price for it. Unfortunately, I'm just not as interested in it to where I think I need it right now. I have way too many long games to get into, so it'll be put back on the back burner for sure. But that is a fancy price if you're looking for something probably of some quality as well as some length right now. So those are my two honorable mentions.
Now, when you say it's a new game, do you mean like 2016?
No, like 2019. Like
Whoa,
it's a
whoa.
month old, if
Wow.
that.
Wait, it's a
don't
month
play
old
new
and it's
games.
already $20?
It's
You don't play-
it's half off, if not more.
It's normally 40.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's normally 40.
okay.
You don't play AAA games.
It's the 0.5 Far Cry, so it's Far Cry 5.5.
Okay. I was going to say, I know Ubisoft always mark their stuff down, but man, that would be quick.
Like, it was just the same for Primal. Like, I waited and waited up for Primal to get a good hit, and it took a lot longer than New Dawn has. And I finally got it thanks to GameShare. My old GameShare partner got it, but I still haven't picked it up just because Far Cry is Far Cry is Far Cry. So after so many, they kind of blend together and kind of get bored of it. Still good games, but you know what I mean.
Right.
What is L not going to buy this week?
Probably, I don't know. What am I not
Turkey
gonna
on
buy?
Rye.
Well, there's
Pastrami.
3 ACA games that are 50% off.
Are they the 3 that X the Hero just blew through?
Probably.
Probably.
Makes sense.
World Heroes 2, which TA states as a 0 to 1 hour completion, and Zed, Blade, and Shock Troopers, which are both 1 to 2 hour completions. Some of these games are not, even if you can't complete them, you'll get a good 700, 800 points out of them. I have played Rise of Insanity. That is...
That's your life.
with me. That one is $6.69 instead of $9.99. Probably wait for that to be a little bit lower.
Couldn't have gone down 3 cents.
I know, right? It was kind of a forgettable walking sim.
Is it scary?
Well, that's insane.
There's 1 or 2 jump scares. I think we talked about this on a previous episode. Yes, we did. There was the one with just a glitch to get to the second ending quicker by going through the floor and stuff like that. We discussed that way back in 2018. Black the Fall, 1 to 2 hour completion, $7.50 down from $15. It looks kind of interesting, kind of reminded me of Deadlight. Looks like Deadlight, that kind of move.
Yeah, it's kind of like Limbo and Inside. It's that kind of game.
Yeah,
it's good. I liked it.
On the 360 side, we have everyone's favorite Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yay!
Just $3.
You wouldn't know
quite a few times now.
How good that one is, would you?
Tutorial was pretty good.
Still haven't pulled the trigger on that one.
I don't know why. You just have like some kind of moral values in you.
It's a badge of honor.
But you played North.
Oh my God! Why'd you remind me?
Say it's
but that was
$3 now.
It was X enhanced.
Oh, that's the reason. I bet you Avatar from 9 years ago looks better.
Yes, it definitely does.
Murdered Soul Suspect on the 360 is $149.
Wasn't that Games of Gold also?
The one version was, yes.
Ah.
But if you want the stack and that, they're cheap. Square Enix had a ridiculous sale this week, actually.
And actually, speaking of Murdered for the One, if you miss it on Games of Gold, it's $3 now.
Yes.
Murdered
that one too.
Sold Suspect?
That one.
That's
Murdered.
But who would have Games with Gold and then not collect the games? That just makes no sense.
Not playing. And of course, we can't go without mentioning a 200-point XBLA title. Everyone's favorite, SpongeBob SquarePants Underpants Slam, which TA has as a 6 to 8 hour completion, but it is $149 down from $10. So
I did look at that one, but then I quickly backed out of it when I saw 6 to 8 hours. It's just not worth it.
It was 6 to 8 minutes, maybe.
I would go up
Avatar.
to 2 hours, maybe.
But it's SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You're the only young in here that likes him. Oh, and Chip.
Whoa.
Maybe he is right.
Yeah, but check out the 360 sales.
Probably
a lot of $2 games. Ridiculous.
A lot of time wasters there with those 200 pointers, that's for sure.
Tomb Raider games are $2. Just Cause, 99 cents.
Well, I might as well buy that just because.
I don't get it.
Life is Strange, the complete season, is $4 if you don't have Game Pass or you haven't bought this yet.
Oh, are you going to buy that, Foof?
I already have it.
All for it.
Oh, are you buying anything else?
No. I think I'm going to save my money this time.
Oh, yeah? Well, naturally, free games turns into semi-free games with Game Pass, right?
Game Pass, we have 2 new editions. First edition is Fallout 4. I think, Corey, you're the only one that's here that's played that, haven't you?
I have played it. Yes, I have. To completion. Base completion, that is.
Ooh.
It's not a real one.
Wow.
Oh, and Nate, have you guys played it?
Dove it.
Nope.
Why would you dive Fallout?
Right?
Yeah. I know.
Desperate for that achievement or something?
Man,
I
like,
you
know what you're getting yourself into. And you're like, I'm just going to just throw that on the tag.
I'll complete it, just one Saturday or something.
I hear these Fallout games are good.
This was actually my first and only Fallout I played until Fallout 3 PC, which debatable whether count. I played that.
But if for some reason you don't know about Fallout 4, it's 80 to 100 hours to get the completion, 1,600 gamer score, 2,700 TA, and there's 84 achievements, 34 of which are DLC.
34?
30.
Unbelievable.
There's a lot, but there's a lot of DLC. It's also set in and around the year 2277. Just to throw that out there.
I wonder if that could be important.
Huh.
Other Game Pass game that was added this week is F1 2018. Okay, that answers the following question. Does anyone care about racing games?
No.
Yeah.
You could hit F5 instead and try to get a different game instead.
Moving on to Big Corey's Monster. I mean, BCM.
Now, wait a minute. What about that teaser thing?
Fufu probably doesn't know what that is.
Well, then you could tell us.
I didn't see it, so have at it.
The notorious Game Pass Twitter account teased their next game, or their next big one at least, and they did man emoji. It kind of looked like old man emoji, so it kind of looked like a fug emoji, divided by or slash another man emoji. So the current speculation is do Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which is my that's the camp I'm in, and then L's choice is A Way Out.
Not my choice.
Because
like
it is two dudes, I guess, is his reasoning.
I mean, Rule 34 says that if two dudes wind up in prison, then they'll probably lift a lot of weights. What?
A Way Out would be great to add. Deus Ex, I don't care, especially since I've bought that way back when it was like $3.
The Way Out is EA, so people don't think that'll be anywhere but EA access. Makes sense.
Seems legit. A Way Out would be great.
Yeah, I would really like A Way Out. Actually, no, I don't. I want Deus Ex simply because I didn't really, but somehow convinced Jay Black to buy A Way Out like a week ago so we can play it. And so just for his...
Oh, shoot. You set me up. Corey.
Yeah, go.
Now, what is that game called when Jables plays it?
A Way Out.
Yes! It's so perfect.
Me and Jay will have A Way Out in our future, so I think it's going to be Deus Ex. It just makes the most sense. And I think Deus Ex is currently on sale for like deep discount. I think
How deep is it?
$3 deep. $3.50 maybe.
$3.50,
as they say.
Well, let's continue on. Let's go to the BCM, the Freeholes Completion Challenge. This week's topic is...
So we're rounding out the trilogy of this set of challenges.
Bingo!
Yes. Now you are just making things up, which I totally believe Freem is right at this point, which is complete a game that takes place in the future, 2077 or beyond. I feel like someone wants to play Cyberpunk or something like that. But L, what game are you going to try going for?
I'm just going to go and say Boss 101. Sounds legit.
Is there actually a year in that game? Or are you just kind of...
I'm just going to guess.
I think you're guessing.
You're just
sounds
guessing.
like
Shut up! Freem told me it's okay in his PMs to me.
That seems legit. I'll tell you what.
King of Fighters 2077?
I'll tell you what. Nate, why don't you go and list off what you are going to be playing, and L can copy later.
Ooh!
Yeah. So in Delirious State earlier today, when I was trying to do some research on games that may be in the year 2077, and I was just kind of guessing. Monday Night Combat, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll start it up and see if they mention the year.
It seems legit.
Submerged, and Strider, which is Metroidvania.
A Vayner.
Now, yeah, it's a Vayner.
Ooh,
But
I gotta do that one too.
They changed the year to Mayo, which it's kind of gross. If you can name a year after a condiment, Mayo 0048. It looks pretty futuristic to me, so I'm gonna say it's okay. Also thinking maybe Livelock. They don't mention a year, but it's post-apocalyptic and definitely looks like Earth, so sure, why not? And then finally, which I'm probably most likely to try, is Fallout 3 because we mentioned it earlier. It is set in the year 2277, and if you do it for PC and you have a games for Windows Live or whatever, I can't remember what the program is called. You should be able to knock that out in, how long was it? An hour?
If you're including ordering some food, waiting for it to be delivered, bathroom break,
Grubhub.
a couple of them, then an hour. But otherwise, 15 minutes.
Well, I probably have to install some drivers and things, so I'm going to say
there you go. There is
hour.
some prep time. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So that's my list of maybes.
Call me maybe.
That's interesting, though. My pick is also Fallout related, as mentioned earlier. I have completed the base game of Fallout 4, so I just need the DLC. So my plan is, now if you know, go ahead and give me a heads up now, but my plan is maybe find a used copy of the Game of the Year edition at GameStop and knock that out in a week. I don't know if the DLC is on the disc for that. So if anybody knows, let me know. Do you know, El?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, with that game and Oblivion, people used to just, at least on the 360, they would just download the DLC to their 360s and then once they were done with it, return it to GameStop.
Interesting. Yeah.
Not sure about on the One, if it would retain that or not.
Yeah, I'd probably have to do some work to knock the DLC out in a week, but definitely doable, I think. It's been forever since
you
I
can
played
do
it.
I mean, I can't imagine it being too expensive now at this point.
It's never gone below $30 on sale.
Well,
as far as digital goes. So I would imagine physical's probably similar. But it takes place, let me give you the exact details. It takes place 210 years to the day after the Great War, which the Great War started on October 23rd, 2077. So I see what you did, Freemhole. I see what you did.
This is Freem.
Oh, hey, Freem.
What's up?
Kenny, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was lazy, and I just copied everyone, so I work on this one.
Once again, Koosh and Rocker prevail.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
There's no way you're going to complete a Fallout game, so fix it.
No. Well, if Monday Night Combat is allowed, which I'm also going to say it is, I'm going with that, especially because I used to play this game like crazy back in the day. I love it. Game is super fun, and it is also on Game Pass.
Legit?
Yeah. And I have one achievement left in it that I have tried over and over and over to get and not get the stupid thing to unlock. So I need help.
I do have one for you that you could use, Foof. Most likely. I'd have to do a little bit more research.
Oh, boy.
You'd also have to possibly remove it from another category you've used, but Defense Grid 2, if it states a year, would probably be pretty far out there.
It does not. I looked that up.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so I lied a minute ago. I did do a little bit of research. That was the first game that popped into my mind, and it does not state a year, unfortunately, but it has to be sometime in the future, just by looking at it. But if Monday Night Combat doesn't count because frames a suck, then I'm going to go with Fallout 3. I'll do the PC version. That counts.
Sweet.
Yeah, so?
Nothing.
You just said wait.
Oh, I did.
You did.
Okay, good. I'm not just hearing things.
Check the tapes.
This is Freem. Whatever, I'll tell the story. So, when he first boosted Titanfall with us, whenever he would speak, he would say, "This is Freem," and we would all laugh because we knew his voice from the Z2Z podcast. And it's like, we know your damn voice. You don't have to tell us every time. Not to mention, in the party chat, you could see who's talking, so it just made me laugh every time. Kind of stuck around.
Cool
Oh,
story,
Free,
bro.
we miss you.
Which, by the way, Corey, GameStop lists Fallout 4 Game of the Year new for $30. So used way cheaper. And if you have the membership, you can get even cheaper than that.
Good deal.
$10 or
3
so.
or 4?
Thanks for GameStop in that for me.
Fallout 3 or 4?
Gotcha. 4.
Okay.
76.
We were talking about 3, so drop this whole thing. Now,
Okay. Dropping it. In that case, if we're going to drop that,
Proclamation
Why don't you-
Point.
you're just trampling all over me. I was going to say, why don't you drop Proclamation Point, but go ahead and do it.
This is L. Proclamation Point.
Proclamation Point. As we learned today in Discord, if your death metal band has an illegible name to read,
Illegible
probably sucks ass. Suck. This is Freem, has reached a new milestone of 10,000 achievements won.
Good job,
Luckily, he was one of the good hosts on the ZZ podcast. Unlike Prue, who was definitely not the best host, he would probably be the, what's it called? The worst host.
I
And
can't
he
believe he
had-
puts up with you.
But he's very, very good at scoring. Well, in games anyway.
How
And he's
good
got-
is he?
Rule 34 says he has 800,000 true achievement score point thingies.
Are you saying people with a lot of TA don't get laid?
I mean, he does live with a girl, supposedly. But he also
Crewmate?
lives with
Roommates?
Right, well,
I think
I don't
I've
know.
talked to him. Her? I don't know. We don't judge. It's 2019.
No.
He played Fortnite, so who knows?
And don't insert that clip you would normally put at this point. Okay, just don't do it right here. Nerve Bullet has reached a new milestone of 300,000 TA score and has 7,250 achievements won. Way to go, Bullet of Nerve. Saucy Slingo, Patriots suck.
Every
Has
week.
reached- Oh my
You just
God.
can't get past that.
Oh, I'm Saucy Slingo. I'm from Boston. That was a great Boston accent.
That was
I don't know how to back
Nothing
up my
like
saves
that.
properly, so I lost my Diablo save. Robert Kraft is innocent, I tell you. 11,000 achievements.
what in the world?
That's how he talks. What the fuck?
Fuggy.
Has 11,500 achievements won, so he outdid Saucy by 500. And they're totally having a competition right now.
I'm sure they are.
Wakapeil, the Swiss Superman, has 20,000 achievements. Unreal. Just
Swiss.
unreal. I think those are all from Battle Royale games this week.
I would say so.
Tropan is now in the
Tropan.
top 100 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard for Adventure.
He's been getting a lot of leaderboard milestones here lately.
I think he just put himself on every leaderboard and something was bound to stick.
Seems legit.
Whichever Moose Man is a part of it, that's his favorite new game. He rated it 5 out of 5, so there's no getting any better than Moose Man, ladies and gentlemen. No getting any better.
Koosh would agree, but gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Why would you do that?
I think his rationale was that it's easy to complete and there's no multiplayer online, so it gets a 5 out of 5.
Seems legit.
That's what he said. Subjective. Professor Pluto has reached a new milestone of 94% completion percentage.
That is amazing.
That's a fantastic
94.
completion percentage.
94 out of what? Like 100?
I mean, I would imagine.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the DLC I own setting. Poop.
What is it without?
No.
If he were to do it correctly,
On
what
my
would it be?
screen, it says 88.6%, which is still damn impressive.
That's still good.
I can't
But
give
it's
him
no
too much
94.
grief.
Yeah.
That's a big hike. I think he's going to have to change that up real soon.
He's been taking a lot of games off his whiteboard lately.
I don't think he could be on a podcast unless he has the right settings. Just saying. I don't think he's really into Gamerscore as much as he says.
I don't know. Right on his TA profile, right in your face, a video of Barbie Puppy, Winx Club, Hannah Montana, and My Horse and Me 2 shows. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I think he has...
That's an achievement hunter for you.
Stan the Man's now in the top 1,000 of the Gamerscore leaderboard of Xbox One. Way to go.
Will he ever find someone to help him with Uno?
Oh, man. Did you just say Uno before I did?
Maybe.
Here's one more for the bingo card, everyone. Hatton90, who has been a newcomer in the Discord and been chatting it up. Thank you for joining us, Hatton.
Hello.
Now has 60,000 TA.
He's from the other side of the pond, so it's hello.
Hello, Mayday.
Hello, Governor.
He's the people were comparing the period summaries on Discord today, and he showed his, and it was cute, but it's the best he's ever done, so he's proud of it, so good job, Hat.
Good job.
Death Dealers, she's been getting milestones every week, too. It seems like 150,000 TA.
She has a new goal in place. I saw it pop up.
Oh, what was it?
Oh.
Something to do with Fufu. I don't know. He accepted something.
What
He
is
might
it?
know the details.
She started a competitive goal with me to beat me in TA by a time which I forget. Let's see.
Are you...
So you're taking this very seriously.
Incredibly seriously.
Deathly seriously.
Well,
So much
what are
that
the
he might
numbers?
strike a deal to sell his body.
With hers.
No.
Roll 34.
Philip Wendell has 200,000 gamer score now. WTG. Dunkos has 300,000 gamer score. And Smitty has 400,000 gamer score.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. This is for Koosh. Woo! Is now second in the completed games leaderboard for Metroidvanias.
Hey.
Well done.
He's actually been going up and down because I also saw that he was third in it.
Roll 34.
Are you
Think about
talking
it.
about number 2 again?
Nope.
That's a certain
Yeah.
genre we don't click on.
Continuing.
Goes with horses and grandmas. Skeptical Mario just completed, as we were going to air, Saints Row 4 Get Out of Hell. And that's his 175th completion.
Nice. I wonder how many
And-
more he has preloaded.
Recently completed Idol Champions of the Forgotten Realms.
Good completion.
He was in the
He
top
was
10, right?
He was number 7. Yep.
Even better. I didn't realize there's so little that completed that.
That's in the top 10, right? 7?
It is the top 10. It's not Roman numerals, so I'm confident.
Way to go, Mario. That's awesome.
In the community spotlight this week, we're going in a slightly different direction and saying a big hello to P-Tart, who had her baby.
Pretty.
I think Mr. P-Tart might have had something to do with it. I'm not sure.
Just maybe.
Baby Corgan Thomas Ash was born on March 12th. And at 10:21 p.m., he weighed an illustrious 8 pounds and 15 ounces and 20 inches. Hey now. That's,
What a baby.
That's 15 inches more than Foof. Damn
Now
Foof.
that's an achievement.
That is an achievement. Way to go.
Bleep bloop.
And that was Proclamation
Congrats.
Point. If you are not friends with me on TA for some reason, you're missing out. Send me a friend
Yeah,
request.
you could get your name shouted out and talked about by L if you were only friends with him.
What just happened? 10 people just unfriended me. What? How did that happen? Damn.
This isn't even real time.
Unbelievable.
Are we live?
Quick sidebar. Did you ask her if you could talk about her baby?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I mean, totally, she's cool with it. Totally.
Totes.
If she
Totes
mentioned
my
it in the
goats.
room, I think it's okay.
She shared a
Alright.
picture.
You need to smash that subscribe button like it's a pumpkin. Oh. It's a smashing pumpkin stroke because the baby's name's Corgan.
I got it.
Okay.
I had to Google it.
You ever have a baby, it's probably going to be like Miley Cyrus or something.
All right. Well, that about do it for us this week.
That's our show.
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
If you would like to listen to us, we are on multiple platforms. We're on Libsyn, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen. Please like and review us and smash that subscribe button so you get all of our shows. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can send us a Twitter tweet at Achievements101. Follow the Mixer, mixer.com/AH101. But most importantly, join the Discord. Come see Baby Pete Art. Our Discord link is discord.io/AH101.
Heyo.
All right, guys. Class dismissed. Talk to you next week.
Wake up, Koosh.
Roll 34.
I'm here. What did I miss? What did I miss?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time for a very sequential segment with X the Hero, X the Hero, and X the Hero. What's up, everybody? We haven't had a VSS in like a month, so I thought I'd take it upon myself to make X's VSS Quickie number 2. So, yeah, here I am. I know I'm a few days late, but I wanted to honor St. Patrick's Day, which is everybody's favorite Irish holiday, if you can think of any others. And speaking of all things Irish, a joke to start us off. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? None. No potatoes. No potatoes. So, moving on from that, let's get right into the top 3 achievements to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Number 3 comes to us from Zumba Fitness World Party with the achievement called Irish Dance Pro. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Irish dance, it has a lot in common with broken clocks and watches because the hands don't move. And it's called the jig. So anyway, to kickstart your St. Patrick's Day, nothing will put you in the mood quite like a good old-fashioned Irish jig. Nothing puts me quite in the mood like a good old-fashioned Irish jig. By the way, I don't know what accent I'm doing, but I'm going to roll with it. Let's be honest, though. When we think of the Irish, we generally don't think of the jig. What do we think of, though? Beer. And number 2 deserves just that, with an achievement called Beer! In all caps, from Bud and Spencer. Bud, what the heck is this game called? Bud Spencer and Terence Hill Slaps and Beans. That's got to be the dumbest damn video game name ever, but I digress. You earn this achievement for drinking at least 3 mugs of beer in the beer and sausage contest, which sounds right up every Irishman's alley. 3 mugs of beer is breakfast on a regular day, but that's just a pre-breakfast treat on St. Patrick's Day. I honestly feel like I'm switching between Irish and Indian, both of which are equally offensive. I'm having fun, though. For real, though, I hear Ireland has more drunks per capita than people. And in case I've offended anybody with my Irish stereotypes, here's an Irish joke. Suyan an Tiranach Asbara. For the 0 of you who speak Gaelic, that's actually really funny. So anyway, yeah, beer, and more beer. That's the Irish way to be. Finally, what screams Ireland more than beer? Whiskey, which brings us to number 1. Whiskey in the jar, oh, from Divinity Original Sin. You earn this one for brewing a fine whiskey for Herschel, which pretty much sounds like a day in the life for any Irishman. Say, how can you tell if an Irishman is having a good time? He's doubling over with laughter. Oh man, I just reminded myself of a story, so allow me to channel my inner Elroy if you don't mind. One day these 2 Irishmen were working outside. One would dig a hole and the other would follow behind him and fill it in. Finally, I went outside and I asked them just what they were digging these holes and filling them in for. The guy in front told me that it must look weird since they're only 2, and they're normally a 3-person crew. The lad who plants the trees called in sick though, but they decided to carry on anyway. So later on, these guys decide to take their lunch break, and I hear the one say to the other, "Hey, if you can guess how many donuts are in my bag, you can have them both." Fast forward a couple hours, and I decide to go to the bar up the street, and I see the same guys there. One of the guys is just ordering martini after martini after martini, but he's not eating the olive. Finally, I asked why, and he told me that his wife asked him to pick up a jar of olives on the way home, and that this was the most efficient way since the grocery store was off the beaten path. And, to top it off, this is a sad story, but I read about the same guy in the news a few days later. Apparently his wife was cleaning his gun and she accidentally shot him. She called 911 and said exactly that. She said, "Oh my God, help me, I've accidentally shot my husband and I think he's dead." The operator asked if she was sure that he was dead, so she shot him again, and then she asked what she should do next. Alright. So, anyway, to really channel your inner Irish spirit, you've got to jig, you've got to drink beer, and you've got to drink whiskey. Sounds like a good St. Patrick's to me. One more joke, shall we? 2 Irishmen are looking through a catalogue. One says to the other, "Look at all these gorgeous women." And the second guy says, "Yeah, and the prices aren't too bad either. I think I'm going to order one." So 3 weeks later, the 2 men meet up. And the first guy says, "Hey, has your woman arrived yet?" And the second man says, "No, not yet, but she should be here any day now. Her clothes arrived 2 weeks ago." And, yeah, that's Top 3 achievements to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Peace.
Wakapeil here with another review. This week I was treated to a very special treat. Last time no one else wanted to review a certain game, I lucked into Steamroll, a game I found very enjoyable. Unfortunately, that is far from the case this time. Crimson Keep is a first-person roguelite that tasks you with defeating the necromancer Mara, who many years ago messed up the village of Larkstead, along with its now sunken castle known as Crimson Keep. Out of the 59 tracked gamers in TA, I am the only one to have ever entered the Crimson Keep, and I doubt many more will ever do it again. Developed by the two-man Team Crimson, with some help from a musician and amateur voice actors, published by Merge Games and released on the Xbox One on the 6th of March 2019. Crimson Keep is kind of impressive considering the small team, but the nuggets of good in this game is unfortunately drowned in truckloads of bovine feces. Apart from the music, almost every single aspect of the game is flawed in some way. I tend to avoid reading others' opinions before I finish my reviews, but I could not help myself in this case. After spending a couple of hours struggling to get through the first and second level, I felt like giving up. I tried to find some advice to help me with the game, and I stumbled into some of the most unfavorable level-headed reviews I have ever seen for a game, declaring Crimson Keep the worst game they had ever played. Clearly those reviewers had never played Albedo, Eyes from Outer Space. While the reviews were entirely accurate, most reviewers never made it through the second floor of the game's 6 procedurally generated levels. One of them admitted to spending longer writing the review than actually playing the game, as it was just too much for him, specifically calling out the first soul door as the straw that broke the camel's back. This putrid turd of a game mechanic is repeated 3 times through the game, and it sucks even worse the second and especially the third time it happens. Soul doors are simply doors in a level you have to open to progress. Unfortunately, they take the player's life when they open them, sending them back to the very beginning again. Seeing how difficult the game is, and only 6 players on TA having unlocked the very first soul door on the second level, I'm sure opening this door was the last thing several of those players did before angrily uninstalling the game. Crimson Keep is incredibly unforgiving, and every single enemy encounter might be your last, as you are very fragile and usually go down in a few hits. Once you die, you're sent back to the main menu where you have to start over from the beginning again. While managing your inventory, the game is still running, making it very difficult to change weapons mid-combat. This really sucks if you run out of arrows or wand charges or need to equip a shield if your current one breaks, which they do frequently. Fortunately, your melee weapons never break. The developers claim a successful run should take you around 90 minutes, but in reality you have to be way faster than that or you will starve to death. Not only do you have to be very careful not to take damage from the enemies, you have to constantly be on the move or you will starve. This counterintuitive design makes little sense, and having a good run cut short by starvation really sucks and is more or less inevitable, as food is very scarce, and the only time I got further than the 4th level was when I got the random level perk to be immune to starvation. The leveling system is another black mark against the game. While you do more damage each time you level up, the random perks you get to choose from ranges from useless to crappy, with a few exceptions such as immunity to starvation and being able to trade health for extra ability uses. There are 3 classes: Berserker, Witch and Drifter, with the Drifter being a useless yoke class. The Berserker and Witch have different set of abilities to choose from when you level up, with the Witch being far superior. Crimson Keep is poorly balanced and entirely up to luck to even have the remotest of chances to get through its 6 levels and 9 bosses. Describing the game, it might sound promising, but the descriptions end up being as accurate as these ability descriptions versus the actual execution. Roar! Let loose a terrible howl, scaring all nearby enemies away for a short time. Using the same sound clip is the ability Warcry, which reads as follows: Warcry! A powerful cry that lifts your spirits, allowing you to attack much faster for a short time. Are you ready for the terrible roar? Here it is. Wow. Let us hear that powerful war cry. Fantastic. Had I not reviewed the game, there is no way I would have gotten very far into Crimson Keep, and certainly never been the first, and as of right now, only person in the world to get every single achievement in the game. Without this discovery, I would never have progressed beyond the second soul door, which I at the time considered an unfathomably good run. Crimson Keep has 43 achievements worth 1000 gamerscore and almost 5000 TA. The low play count means that the TA might swing wildly, but I doubt it will ever go below a ratio of 4, as most players give up very early. That said, only 5 out of 43 achievements are tied to progressing beyond the first floor, with most of them being obtainable in the tutorial area. Killing 8 bosses without taking damage might sound impossible, but you can do so 8 times against the first boss. But some of the later bosses more or less require you to beat them without taking damage anyway. Considering how cheap the game is, that is in tactics, not in price, $20 is way too much for this digital torture device. I had no qualms about using cheap tips and tricks to get through it. Here's my first tip. There's a shield hidden behind the big boulder in the tutorial area. This makes the beginning of runs significantly easier. Second tip. You can quit out of a level if it is turning bad, but you have to do so before you die. You can reload the level with the progress carried over from the last level you played. While most perks are close to useless, the no starvation perk is more or less a must to survive the later levels. Without it, you will starve to death, as food is always way too difficult to find. Fourth and potentially game-breaking tip. You can refill your magic wand charges by dropping them to the ground and picking them up again. This lets you keep your distance from enemies, making it much easier than engaging in the way more risky melee combat. Fifth and most important tip. Don't play Crimson Keep. It is not worth your time. Have a nice day, everyone.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.